Hey everyone, thank you guys so much for tuning back into my channel. I am here today to do a Sigma brush set review, and specifically this is the Mr. Bunny set. I purchased this black one right here, which is the Sigma Essential Brush Kit from Aliexpress, and then this one I actually purchased from Sigma directly while I was at IMATS a few years back. The brush sets come with a brush holder, like you can see right over here. And I have the original in the travel set, so it's a little bit smaller. The brushes are the same. I think there's 5 extra brushes in this set right here, which is the dupe. And this one only has 7. So this is a 12-piece essential brush kit. And then this one is the Mr. Bunny travel kit. So you can see here that the color is different. I don't think Sigma offers this blue one anymore, but it should be the same exact brushes. And I purchased this at IMATS. I forget how much I paid for it. It was a little bit discounted, but on the website, the actual price point for the travel set is $86 in US dollars. And then this set right here, which I purchased from AliExpress, I purchased for $24.70. And I believe this set here retails on the Sigma website for $180. So first off, if you go onto the website, you can see that the newer brush sets actually don't have this one little stamp on the top and bottom here. It actually has Sigma Beauty kind of imprinted all along the side. But this is an older set, so I mean the older ones did come exactly like this. I did throw away the box, so I don't have the box with me, but I remember when I did have it that it was really, you couldn't really tell the difference. I really want to say that a lot of these brush companies, especially like Morphe or Sigma, they buy their brushes from China. So I'm not saying that this is authentic, but I mean, there's a chance that it may actually just be something that didn't make it through their production line that's being resold through AliExpress. So the brush set, it comes in this fake pleather type covering. I'll go ahead and open this one up. So it opens, it has a little snap closure right here on the side, and you go ahead and pop it open. So it comes with like a cup stand, and if you're a makeup artist, you know the reason for this is that once you take out a brush and you use it, all your dirty brushes can go into the other cup, so you can kind of separate your dirty brushes with your clean brushes. So that's the authentic one right there. And then this one, which is the unauthentic set, comes like that. So you can see the size difference here. It is a lot smaller just because it is a travel, and this one is the full size, but the brushes look very similar. I'll go through each brush that the set comes with, and we'll go do some close-ups when we're going through each brush. But quality wise, the build of the cups are very, very good. Sorry, there's a little bit of a glare here, but you can kind of see that the Sigma sign is done really well. It's very crisp. This one here does say makeup on it and the other one doesn't, so that's the only difference. The stitching is really nice. I mean, you really can't tell a difference. The original essential kit does come with an oval size cup, whereas the travel kit does come in a circular cup. So that is the top. Now on to the fun stuff. So these are the brushes. The Mr. Bunny travel kit comes with 3 face brushes. You can see right over here the 3 brushes, and then it comes with 4 mini eye brushes. And the essential kit actually comes with 5 face brushes, and then it comes with 7 eye brushes. So I'll go through the ones that are duped here, and then I'll show you the additional brushes at the end. Okay, so we're going to start off with the face brushes, and the first brush we're going to do is the F30 large powder brush, and you can see that obviously the size is a lot smaller just because my original one is a travel size, so it's about 70% smaller. I'm sorry, 30% smaller. The brush does have Sigma stamped into it, and it says large powder F30. It is holographic. You can kind of see the color shifting right there, and it is very crisply done, and it does have Sigma stamped on the ferrule, and I'm not sure if my camera will pick it up. Not sure if my camera's picking it up, but it does say Sigma very faintly stamped on there. And then on the back of the ferrule, it does say patent pending. So that's the original brush. Now the dupe brush does say Sigma large powder F30. It's printed exactly the same size-wise. And the only difference is that there really isn't a whole lot of holographic shift. It's more silver. It has a little bit of color in there, but not too much. And you can also see that it also has the Sigma stamp. It's a little more prominent than the original. The original, you can kind of barely see it, whereas this one, you can see it really well. And on the back, it has the same patent pending. Again, the original one is very faint. It's not as stamped in as the fake one. And brush wise, these are the bristles. I feel like there is a slight shape difference. I don't know if it's because this one is a travel one and this one is the full size, but shape wise, I feel like they're similar. Just this one's a little bit smaller. You can see that it has kind of like that duo fiber going on right here where the tip is white and the bristles are like a dark chocolate brown. And if you can tell, they look exactly the same. And I wish you can feel it because they feel exactly the same as well. And you see how dense it is or how fluffy it is. The next brush we have is the large angled contour brush, and that's the F40. And this one is the original. Again, you have that holographic shift, and it has the same Sigma stamp and the patent pending on the back. And the dupe is, again, kind of more silver. It doesn't have any of that holographic going on. It has a Sigma stamp on there. It says patent pending. And again, the stamp on the ferrule is very, very prominent. These two brushes actually look kind of different. You can see here that the original one is a lot more fluffier. It's a bit more tapered at the end. And this one is a bit dense, and I'm pretty sure you can see it on camera here how much smaller this is for it being the full size brush and this one being the travel size brush. Again, quality wise, the brush bristles are very, very similar. This one is a bit more dense versus this one. This one's a lot softer, but it looks really good. And I kind of think that maybe this brown is a little bit darker, but that's me being really picky. Okay, next brush is the foundation brush, and this is the F60. And this is the F60 brush. And Sigma is stamped right over here, and patent pending on the back. And this one is the dupe. So again, Sigma foundation F60. And it says Sigma right here, and patent pending on the back. This one is the real one. This one is the dupe. You can see that lengthwise, I think they look fairly similar. And you can see that the real one is a little bit more dense, whereas this one is a bit thicker. And it just even feels like it's a bit fluffier than this one. This one is a bit stiffer. Okay, next we have the eye brushes. So we finished all of the face brushes. The next eye brushes we have is the eye shading brush in E55. And I'm not going to repeat the same thing over and over. So all of the stamp is exactly the same on all of the brushes. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys what it looks like. And the dupe right over here, again, says E55 eye shading brush. And I'm not sure if you can tell, but I feel like the eye brushes, the wording or the lettering on the brush handle does have a little bit more of a holographic shift to it. So now we have the brush heads and they look very, very similar. They're about the same height, and maybe the real one is a bit thicker and maybe a little bit fluffier, but all in all, it's very similar. And the shading brush is actually like a good packing brush with a little bit of fluff in there. And so it's really good at adding color or even smoking out harsh edges. So that is the E55. Okay, next one is the tapered blending brush by Sigma, and it's the E40. And this one is the E40 brush. It is a really nice blending brush. It's perfectly fluffy to really kind of diffuse all of your eyeshadows out. And this one is the dupe. And this one you can really see a big difference as far as how fluffy they are. You can kind of see that size-wise, the travel one is even longer as in the bristles, and it's fluffier. This one is a bit dense, and I feel like this can do more precision work, but it's not exactly the same as the original. Next is the pencil brush in E30. And this one is really good at smoking out your lash line or adding really, really dark colors or a pop of highlight shade on the inner corner of your eye. And this one is the dupe. And again, I think the eye brushes have a little bit more of that holographic tone in it on the writing. It's not as prominent as the real one, but it's definitely there. The face brushes I felt like were a bit more just silver with just a tiny bit of holographicness, but this one is really, you can see kind of that color shifting there. So the original brush is way pointier. You can see that it has that really nice point right there. This one is a bit blunt. This would be good at really blending out the outer crease or even blending out the crease line, but really these two look nothing alike. This one's more of like a domed shadow brush. So the last brush available in the Mr. Bunny travel kit is the small angle eyeliner brush in E65. As you can see, this is just your typical eyeliner brush. It has a very small, soft bristle to it, so it doesn't tug or it doesn't poke you in the eye when you're doing your eyeliner. And this one is the dupe. And side by side, the bristles are a little bit different in this brush. The bristles here, along all the Mr. Bunny sets, the brown part of the bristle is a very light chocolate brown. And the dupe on this one is very, very dark. It's almost black. It's like a very dark brown. The real one has a very thin application line, whereas the fake one is a bit thicker, so it's not going to give you that really nice crisp eyeline, whereas the real one would do that for you. Okay guys, so we're down to the last 5 brushes. This is what's included in the essential kit. There's 5 additional brushes as opposed to the travel brush set, and so I'm just going to go by them really quickly. Comes with 2 additional face brushes in the essential kit, and this one is the dual fiber E50, and you see that this one actually has more of that holographic shift, and it comes with all of the right stamps, and you can see here it's very, very soft. It's a nice dual fiber brush, and it'll give you that beautiful like airbrushed foundation look. And the next brush is the concealer brush in F70, and this is just your typical concealer brush. It is quite dense. And the next one is the large shader brush in E60, and this one is a good packer on brush. It's really good for your whole eye space if you're going to pack on color like all along your lid. This one's a fantastic brush for that. Second to last is the medium angle shading brush in E70. Like the name says, it has an angle to it. It's quite fluffy, but not too fluffy. It's like a nice, good blending brush in my opinion. So the last brush in the set is the eyeliner brush in E05, and this brush is a typical eyeliner brush. I feel like it is a bit too thick to draw a really good pointed eyeline. This might work really well for a smoky eyeliner where you can kind of have a messy, more thicker eyeline. I can't see myself making a nice wing with this. For that, I would definitely be using the small angle brush that's a bit more precise. But this is really good for really smoking out your lash line with eyeliner or with even some darker eyeshadows. Okay, so that was my review for the Sigma Aliexpress versus the original Sigma Mr. Bunny set. I'm sorry I didn't have the actual essential kit to review for you guys, but I feel like this set is really similar. I mean, I paid $24 for this set here, and I paid almost $100 for this tiny set, and it's missing 5 brushes. And really, I know that people have been finding Sigma brushes at TJ Maxx and stuff, and I feel like even there you're paying like $7 to $10 per brush, and that you get the whole set for $24. So I really don't think you can beat that. And quality wise, they're exactly the same, other than the fact that the holographic wording is not as colorful, and maybe the ferrule stamping is a little bit deeper than the original. I've tried all of these, so these have all been used, and I've washed them and they've held up really well. Even the dupe, it had very minimal shedding, if at all, and they wash beautifully. You can see that they're all very clean, and they honestly perform exactly the same. And honestly, I feel like these brushes, maybe from Sigma, it just didn't pass their quality control, possibly, because all of the brushes from my AliExpress essential kit did have this one imperfection, which is when I'm looking at it straight and this ferrule logo is facing right in the middle, like straight up, the handles logo is like a little bit off. I don't know if you can see that. You see how this is a bit more towards me versus it being right in the middle? Because if I see this brush here, everything is aligned right in the middle. So there's the logo there, and it goes straight down the middle to the handles logo, whereas this one is right over here and it's just a little bit off. I'm not sure if you can kind of tell in camera, but when I'm laying these down here, they are off a little bit. Other than that, I feel like the brush, the quality of the brush holder is exactly the same. The bristles are exactly the same, maybe a few offs, like some of them had darker colored bristles, or maybe some of them were a little bit more dense or a little bit more fluffier than the other one. But all in all, I think that these were very similar. If you were to ask me which one is the fake one and which one's the real one, I really wouldn't be able to tell the difference. But there are people out there that are selling these kind of sets from China, and they are not actually authentic and not bought through Sigma or their affiliated companies. And so, you know, this is a good way for you to kind of see. I feel like they did a really fantastic job. There's no glue that you can see. None of the bristles fall out, and they're very well packed in. And you know, I've had this brush set for over a year now, so, and I've been using it regularly, so it shows that the quality on both of these are exactly the same. They blend really nicely, like you would expect a high-end brush company brush to do, and I'm really happy with both of them. If I need to replace them, even if it's not a Sigma branded brush, I think AliExpress really has a whole lot of great brushes, branded or not, that you can get for a fraction of the cost that you're going to be paying at either Morphe or Sigma or Sephora. If you guys like this video, if you're getting ripped off or not. Brushes, let me know if you'd like to see some other ones. I have some brushes from Tom Ford, from Charlotte Tilbury, Dior, and I can share all of that with you guys if you'd like. I know my channel is snail mail hauls, so, and I normally do AliExpress dupe videos, but I do have a lot of makeup, and I'm thinking of possibly doing some reviews on some of the makeup that I currently have, or maybe the newer palettes that are coming out. If you guys are interested in seeing that, please let me know too, so I can get that incorporated into my weekly uploads. And again, thank you guys so much for watching another video of mine, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!